Hey guys, we're back. VIZOR TV, I'm VIZOR.
And I'm Alistair.
And we're here for Avatar The Last Airbender, Episode 7. As always, check the full link below. Support the channel on Patreon. Last episode, quick things.
They got, Haru and Katara were taken to the prison, to the metal prison.
Katara came through, motivational. She's so driven. She basically causes chain reaction where everybody finally fought for themselves, the Earthbenders. Aang came through with a coal idea, which is brilliant. Yeah. The warden, the shitty person who has an amazing voice, he's floating because he's a coward. And the episode ended off very interestingly. How Zuko found the necklace that Katara's mom gave her. That necklace means a lot to her, and Zuko found it. Yeah. So I'm very curious to see how this materializes. Yeah. So
now they're gonna have a relationship.
Now something like
they're gonna fight or something's gonna happen.
She has to get that necklace back, and Zuko found it. So I love how this story's going. So I'm loving this, and you know what? Let's just jump right in. Episode 7. Let's go. All right, guys. Aang could speak.
He said it'll be tomorrow.
Which is tomorrow, exactly. Yeah. So Aang could speak with the Avatar Roku, but the whole thing, it's located like that temple or whatever, like where that thing was, is located in the Fire Nation. Like how is that gonna be? Like that's, you can't just go to the Fire Nation and expect to get your shit done and not be caught, right?
And in a day.
In a day as well.
No, it's not possible.
It's not possible.
I don't know,
but I think they're gonna do it. I think
knowing Aang. He's gonna be like, I don't care. I want to go.
I think Aang's gonna go and do it. I think it might work out. But man, this is something's up over here, man.
Okay, so that beast, Heibai, how? Okay.
No. First of all, the uncle, Lord Iroh, right? Iroh. I don't know. We'll get the names eventually. He saw Aang and Roku's dragon thingy that was guiding Aang. He saw them in the spirit world. He saw them. Yeah. How's that possible? Like, what's going on here?
No idea.
No, we saw that Katara can't see him. We saw that nobody can see him.
No one saw it.
It was. And how is Uncle Iroh, like the Dragon of the West? Like, how can he see both of them?
Maybe it's like maybe he went through something similar in the past.
You think so? Like, it's because, I don't know what's going on here. Because is it because he's a lord? Maybe he has no, that doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense. No, I don't.
It's because the previous Avatar, Avatar Roku, I think he belonged to the Fire Nation. Like, he was originally from the Fire Nation. I think that I realized it implied that over here. Okay. In the previous episodes. He was born. He was like a Fire Nation Avatar. Okay. But when he passed away, I think it kind of makes sense because when he was from the Fire Nation is obviously the most strong nation. Mm-hmm. So maybe after he passed away, and then when Aang came, the Fire Nation just took over everybody. There's no more harmony and peace. So is that a connection here? There's a connection to that guy, or maybe there's a family connection to Lord Iroh and Lord and Avatar.
Oh, I see what you're saying now. I see what you're saying.
Avatar Ruko, because but I don't know, man. That was very, very intriguing. How that really caught me off guard. How Uncle Iroh saw Aang in his spirit form. You know, okay. It's just
yeah.
That's a twist, man. That's a wow.
It's just he just said, "Oh, what was that?" He noticed.
He literally. It wasn't one of those things where they do, there's a spirit right next to you, an actual person, but you just sense it. You're oh, what's up? You just looked at it. Was somebody there? Yeah. Oh no, it was just my instinct. But the person was actually there. Yeah. It wasn't that case. Uncle Iroh was he's looking. He's holy shit. He's oh yeah, it's nothing. He fucking knows what's up,
Damn, this guy's serious.
Serious, and his fighting was amazing. Sure, he's out of shape right now. Obviously,
he's retired.
Yeah, he's retired, basically. Man, he is so. I love how he's oh, can you loosen this up for me? He burns the fucking steel, melts his hand, and then man, he's just such a badass, bro.
It's just
Uncle Iroh is
I
such
feel
a
like
badass.
we're gonna see a lot more of him.
Oh yeah. He's a brother of Lord Uzai, who I'm really curious to see
And
his
he's
first
called the
appearance.
Dragon of the West.
The Dragon of the West.
Holy
he
shit.
had a defeat though. Like he lost to Basingse.
I thought that was the name of the.
It was a place. It was a place. I think it was a
Earth
city
Kingdom.
or some earth-bending location, Basingse, where for 600 days they held a siege,
About 2 years.
and like
Almost 2 years.
almost about like give or take 2 years. And then they withhold the whole like uncle. He's just like, yo, I can't do this. 600 days, like you guys won. That's my defeat, you know. And he acknowledged his defeat. Unlike that fuckboy, Commander Zhao. I'm sorry if I keep going back to him. He's like my reference point at this point. Like the line of fuckboyness. So like, you know, like again, this uncle, and I love how Zuko, like we saw Zuko was like, Uncle, hurry up, you know, and then Uncle's like, he's like brushing it off. He's like, oh, it looks like I slept through my nephew's deadline. Oh well, you know.
Yeah.
I love seeing that. I don't know why.
Cool. Yeah,
He's a cool uncle, you know.
Yeah. You know one uncle that everyone has.
Yes.
That's him.
Like, you know, he's just like I love how like he tries to take Zuko seriously, but he's not really taking him seriously.
Yeah.
Like Zuko's all like, wait, we have to do this. I'm gonna go without you. Uncle's like, oh, you know, he's like, just hurry up, take 5 more minutes or some shit. He sleeps through. He's like, oh, my nephew's gonna be angry. So I love that, and I love the fact that Zuko chose his uncle. He saw the flying bison. He saw Appa. He's like the Avatar.
I think he's a good guy. He's a good guy.
I have a feeling he's good right now, but there's gonna be events that's gonna change him. That's how I feel about it.
Really? Eh?
Because it's just like he's so driven, and I feel like he's still a child. I said this before. This is how I feel. I feel like there's gonna be a choice where he has to decide on something, and he's gonna make a decision that's gonna make him ruthless. That's how I see. That's how I see his character panning out. You know,
that's what you're saying.
Or you're saying he could be the anti-hero?
Yes.
The anti-hero.
Yes,
Zuko?
that's a perfect word. The anti-hero. It's not the most likable hero.
Like he's gonna help Aang fight his dad.
Maybe.
Like,
I don't know.
Because Lord Uzai is like the shit over here.
Oh, but
he has history with his dad.
Yeah.
So
He'll be an ally to the Avatar.
He could. I don't know if he's an ally or he's gonna be like the ultimate whatever. So man, I love the fact Zuko he loves his uncle. Like, yeah, he clearly loves his uncle. You know, so Zuko chose his uncle. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. Okay. Back to the spirit world. So they reached the village, all burnt. I'm starting to see Aang have some like remorse now, because now slowly starting to realize through his adventures that I'm the Avatar, and you know, like it's my duty to bring peace to this world. Yeah. And then when he sees things like, look, his village got burnt, his temple, the Southern Air Temple got burnt or destroyed. You know, like he's seeing like the world is at a very shitty situation. His Fire Nation are like really messing with him, right? Yeah. So he has a remorse. He's like, yo, I'm the Avatar, right? Yeah, true. He's starting to take responsibilities. What I'm trying to say. He's growing up. Like he's learning. And,
he's
like,
realizing, oh shit.
And it's awesome that Katara's with him to always like tell him like, you know. Yeah, I know. Katara's awesome, God, man. And you know, she's like, you know, so it's nice to see like he's owning up to it. Like he's like, I'm the Avatar. I got responsibilities. I can't like, you know, I gotta do something, and he's doing it.
You know what confused the shit out of me?
What?
Why did that Heibai was like a different monster, and then he turned into a panda?
Maybe in the spirit.
I don't understand. I feel like they saw him. They saw him. They saw the monster.
So Heibai was just he was just angry at the village being destroyed, obviously. Okay. So that's why he's attacking everybody. Maybe he doesn't know, so he's just attacking the village, taking people and shit. Yeah. So you know, as sort of like a reaction to that village being destroyed. But yeah, I feel like in the spirit world, maybe you look like his spirit form maybe is different than the real form. Like he was a panda apparently, but like you know, in the spirit world, like it just manifested into something else. That's what I assume. Because again,
does that mean that what's his face that the Roku's dragon maybe was like a different form as well,
or maybe because I don't know, like maybe he's an Avatar. Maybe there's an exception because humans apparently are the same, right? Aang was the same when he went to the world. Yeah, he didn't become like some weird ass kid or some shit. So you know, what I'm trying to say,
Boomy.
Yeah, he becomes Boomy. So that's the story of Heibai, right? Heibai. So and I like the fact that only the Avatar could bring about he's a bridge between the worlds of the spirit world and the human world. That's really interesting.
That's a cool point.
You know, and only Avatar could like
the gate between the two.
The gate between the two. Like it's not just Aang being like he has to protect this world. He has to bring order in both the spirit world and this world.
That's a big ass responsibility.
Big ass responsibilities over here.
And no wonder he feels like shit. Like, I can't protect the village, but I'm supposed to connect the two worlds.
Obviously, early on, you're a kid. Right now, you're like, listen, like this is a huge responsibility. Like, even for adults, would probably break down. Like, oh my god, like how the if this happened to me, I'm like, holy shit. I would feel even worse. I'm like, I can't do anything. You know, I have this responsibility. But man, Aang is doing it up. Interesting fact, you can't use no bending in the spirit world.
Yeah, true.
So there's no bending in the spirit world at all.
Which I think it makes sense.
I guess.
You need the elements to do, you know, your bending.
Oh, that's true.
You have no elements.
You have no elements in the spirit world, right? Because you can't see nothing. There's no, like, everything's void. Like all the elements are void in that world,
pretty much.
So you can't use anything. So that's a good point. Yeah, so it makes sense, I guess.
So I have only an explanation.
Maybe there could be more, but like it makes sense. Interesting fact: you can't use bending in the spirit world, so that's cool. And then we saw the then we again, you know, how is Uncle Iroh, like how is he seeing the spirit stuff? That's something I really want to know. And then
Zuko came at the end.
The Solstice the Solstice. The Solstice is happening. So that's interesting. That's tomorrow. Aang has to make a decision, and that's in the Fire Nation. So I don't know. Like if this early into the series, Aang is only gonna go to the Fire Nation. Like
and that's like
I don't know.
It's not a good thing, especially for an Avatar. For an Avatar, everyone's looking for you, especially the Fire Nation.
Because there's gonna be two versions of these. That's. I'm curious to see what decision. I think they're gonna go with it.
Makes sense.
In a show's perspective, they're probably gonna go with it. But I don't know how they're gonna pull this off. This again is a two-parter. It seemed like it concluded, but like there's still a solstice to take care of.
Yeah, the solstice part.
It's called the winter solstice. So obviously they want to conclude that. So I think that's pretty much what I got. You got anything else?
No, you went more than I did.
As usual, go beyond, guys. And that's it. So stay tuned for the MVP and flop segment. Alright guys, it's that time again. Who's going to be your MVP of this episode and who's going to be the
flop of this episode?
Flop. So MVP,
let's look this through.
Okay, Aang could be the MVP for like
stopping the
Heibai, figuring out like Avatar Roku and everything.
True.
So he could do that, but it's not something like he did. It's something I feel like that it just happened.
Kinda.
You know what I'm saying? Like
he was put in the situation where he have to go.
He was actually put in. It's not like he did it himself, but like But like obviously, there's credit to him for like seeking and shit.
Also, a shout out to the Dragon of the West, Iroh.
Yo, man, Iroh, Iroh did it up as well, man.
We know he was strong, but we didn't know like his tactics. Like that was moves of a veteran.
I think Uncle Iroh is gonna be the MVP, bro. Like Zuko as well for saving him.
Yeah,
but man, it was Iroh was the reason why like Zuko even got there. Like that veteran experience, you know. There's laying traps,
and they give us new insight about him. You can see the fucking.
He could see the spirit
naked eye.
Yo! I'm leaning towards Uncle Iroh, the Dragon of the West, man. I feel like he was such a badass this episode, and you know he's just the way he handled everything. Like it just worked out. Like man, Uncle Iroh, the Dragon of the West, will be our MVP for today.
You made us believe, put clothes on our backs, you sacrificed for us. You the real MVP.
All right, guys, who's gonna be the flop of today's episode?
Everybody do the flop.
So, looking at the flop, that's going to be hard. It could be, let's see, it could be those Earthbenders. I think it's going to be the Earthbenders, actually.
And,
it could be those Earthbenders who
No, that guy pissed me off. He's like, my thing is loose. Could you make it tighter? Like, I always say it's a fucking trap.
Come on! Like, they're young soldiers, I'm assuming. They probably, like...
the dude had a mustache, man. Like, he had a beard. He looked old.
I had a mustache when I was 15.
No, but I mean, like, he looked old. He looked like an older guy.
I don't know, maybe it was dumbass, but like he's like look, he's just like whatever, right? He's an old guy. Let's just fucking whatever. Like you gotta understand, Uncle Arya, like he's very convincing in his deceptiveness, you know. So he's like, can he just do this? Whatever. He's like, whatever. I'll shut this old man up. You know, he's gonna keep annoying us. Fucking do this. You know, they did it, but they should have been more strict. And then finally, like, let's break his arms. You know, so that escalated quickly. So like, but like, you're Earthbenders. You're right. You captured the dragon of the West.
Yeah, and you fucked up.
And you fucked that up.
And because you're stupid. It's
yes,
because you're stupid. Like, real talk.
Like they should have taken measures the measures of the highest order from the very start, which it didn't. You know, and you know what happened? They got their asses whooped. So. Those Earthbenders, those three guys will be our flop for today's episode. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in this episode. As always, support the channel on Patreon, subscribe. We love you guys. Thanks for always coming in. Episode 8, part second. This is the first time we have a second part to an episode.
Yeah,
so I'm very curious to see what happens. So you guys tune in for that.
And do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
VIZOR.
Those not for Alistair.
Peace out. Why?